Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Wednesday, June the 11th, 2025. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Trade your own charts. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right. We do have a crude oil inventory report at 10:30 this morning. And it looks like Russell has been active this morning. That trade is not tracked because it both the entry and the stop. And it looks like it hit the entry first and then the stop. So that's a no trade. Crude has had the short, went to money management and break even. This entry at 33 with the swing at 34, I would have taken the 36 would be where I would take that to, and it looks like it just stopped out. So making an adjustment there would definitely have been the play. Yeah, that stopped out, so that's an avoided trade with the adjustment. Looks like a long trade on the YM. That one will go to target 2. Oh, and there's a short trade. Long didn't trigger. Short did. A little too early and going too far. That's a shame. Also a small trade. That one would go to target 2. Did go to, nope, didn't go to money management. Missed it by a tick. So that's a get in sync. Now, yeah, when the market opens, that's a get in sync. Soybeans has a get in sync long. And the market is open. Not nice. That's a no trade. Went to money management just before. Looks like we were there at 1 second. Went down. Yeah, that was a no trade. Unfortunately, on the YM, would have been successful. Pound Aussie got a one and done over here. This trade set up during a new stand down, but we should have been able to get into it. 30-odd second bar there. So it goes entry 5 minutes after 8:30. Soybeans with a short. It's a pretty good sized trade on soybeans. William and Micro Russell going down with no trades, no setups to get involved with. You pick up 17 pips, target 1 on the pound Aussie, and come back and stop out for the additional 4 positions. 21 pips, less trade costs. 1 and done on the pound Aussie. There's your first 10. Same thing on, well, no, target 1 traders get done. Target 2 just are two ticks. And then take a full loss on a long trade. And you took a 4 tick loss on the long, so you're down 82. Crude has been trending up all morning. Long trade on the YM while I wasn't looking. 45, 55, 10-second bar. Maybe you have a chance to get in that. If so, it's 23 ticks. It's going to be 1 and done. Soybeans setting a new session low and getting very close to target 1. One tick, target 1. Stop comes to 58 flat. That is going to be a 1 and done. $13 ticks to target. Short trade on the Micro Russell. That's a setup, no trigger yet. The entry has not been hit. It's the stop, but that was not hitting the entry yet. It's still valid. YM trade stops out. I'll go ahead and follow another one. Now I'm going to put the unleaded chart over top of the pound Aussie since we are done there. Pound Aussie's got another successful trade going on. Oh, that was a big trade. That would have been the target 1. Now, that was too early. And we are in our trade window, so we're looking for trades now. And 1 tick away from target 2 on soybeans. And we got an entry on Micro Russell. That's a valid trade. And we need to move money management down 2 ticks, 162 flat. And we do take a full loss there. Slow movement this morning. Not a lot of trades going on. No potential for a long trade on the YM. There's a long trade on the micro NQ. And a long trade on the micro Russell as well. Triggering in on the micro Russell. Up 3 ticks. Maybe 68 flat. We did get into the long on the micro, or not micro, but on the YM. And we got target 2 on soybeans. 13 and 20 ticks in hand. That's 33, 8 1/4 points. No trades on unleaded, no trades on crude. And we get a quick break-even trade. So a loss and a win on the micro Russell. Trend seems to be down on the market indices, although it's trying to turn it up. Micro NQ testing the 50 EMA. Looking for target 3 on soybeans. Unleaded just going sideways. Crude with a possible long trade coming up. And there's the long trade at 26. Money management and target 1 were exactly the same as prior trade. Target 2 is a little bigger. Crude is long. And we take a loss on the micro NQ, transition to short on a trade with a fairly good sized wick. Yeah, that one's going to be a target 1 actionable. So that is money management and goal at target 1. Okay, we got a break even and a loss on the micro Russell. That's 2 losses at break even. And ooh, that one looks nasty. Looks to me like that went down to the probably, well, we'll have to take a look at it. Probably a full loss. I'm going to call I'd say that's probably a full loss, number 3. And that ends that session. Another losing day for micro Russell. Soybeans trailer is moving. Let's see, 1057 flat. YM going through target 1. Yeah, that was 23. So even if you couldn't get the first trade, this trade, no question you're in. 23 tick target 1 and 883 for the stop. $56.5 for soybean stop. Soybeans in its power of quitting trade, as is the YM. YM stop moves up to 889. Crude's still hanging around. Micro NQ still short after a loss on its first trade. 899 now on YM. Crude still trying to break away there. Got that swing at 34 to get through and just hit 34. Let's see if it'll go through. YM stops out at 899. Micro NQ approaching target 1. And there it goes through target 1. So our next goal is target 2. We are at break even. We'll stay pretty much, trailer will stay at break even until we get partway between targets 2 and 3. Everybody's all three market indices pushing down. There's target 2. So that is 30 and a half, 56 and a quarter, 55 and a quarter, 87 and 3/4 points on those two targets. Final target at target 3. And then we have the trailing position. 56 flat for soybeans. Looking like the stop is coming down toward where it's consolidating. YM turning back upward. Micro NQ isn't sure yet. The Micro Russell is still looking like it's trying to come back up now. Soybean stops out. So that is done. So we got 33 ticks on targets. 1056 from 58 and a quarter, so 2 1/4 points times 2 is 4 1/2. On top of 4 1/4, we get 8 3/4 points. No, I'm sorry. On top of 8 1/4. So we got 12 3/4 points. Nice $600 trade. Stop and reverse. Positive. Micro NQ stopping and reversing the long. No adjustment because it was a positive trade. And you still had 2 positions on. So that was almost target 1 times 2. And that was a 30-odd point target 1 we were at. Money management on the Micro NQ long. So a loss, a strong win, and at least a break even on this trade. Root in the long trade, trade number 2 of its 9 a.m. session. Unleaded, no trades. YM is done. Micro Russell is done. Soybeans is done. Target 2 on the Micro NQ. So that's win number 2. They're looking for target 3. trailing just below the 50 EMA. 962 1/4. Crude back to its entry. Micro EQ through target 3. Trailer up to 970 1/4. Move our next goal up to target 4. $973 flat, 976. Trailing stop. Micro NQ right at target 4. And we get a bit of a reversal on all 3 market indices. Stopping out, now showing a short setup. So a loss and 2 good solid wins. No trigger on this one. Didn't hit the entry. And here comes a crossover. They'll cancel that short. This should set up a long. Crude still long. Micro NQ is flat. Unleaded is flat. And those are our 3 active charts. No 10 a.m. session on crude. Coming up on 10 o'clock, market indices are in a pause mode, going sideways. Volume trying to lead another push up. Crude approaching money management. 2 ticks away. Money management at 45. Target at the session high at 47. One tick. There's money management. Target 1 achieved. Stop moves up to 29 on crude. This will be a power quitting trade. It's also going to be it's the ending trade of the session because we're out of time as well. Unleaded also picking up a long trade. So used to that being pound Aussie, I was almost ignoring it. Looks like money management got hit. Pushing session highs. Pushing making new session highs. So got to 1206. Money management is at 1206. So we see 1176, 1177. So we're at least break even on unleaded. Target in hand on crude. Stop at 29 on crude. Long trade on the micro NQ. That's a big one again. Strong wick on that one. Can we push up through the 200 EMA is the question. Yep, that one's big enough for target one goal. So. $66.34 for the unleaded or not unleaded crude stop. And set a new session high at 51, 66.51. Looks like unleaded stopped out. Yep, went down to 11.76, so that's break-even stop out at 11.77. Two more ticks, so we're still down 80. Unfortunately, not able to get to targets on that trade. It doesn't look like the stop will go anywhere on crude on this bar. Crude rejected at 66.51 level. Some significant resistance there, looking like it can get 66.50 level. William and Michael Russell pushing higher. '50's come up to the 200 on the YM. Still, 50 still well below the 200 on the micro NQ. Micro NQ with stop and reverse, 69 and a quarter, making the stop and reverse adjustment. That hit the entry unadjusted and the stop, so that cancels the short. So we're still in the long. Unleaded with a short trade. Calculator is tracking the short, but we're in that large long trade still. Looking for target 2 on that new long trade. Micro Russell and the YM definitely trying to push higher. Micro NQ's not quite sure yet. Micro Russell pushing up. Unleaded pushing higher as well. That's not good. This is put target 2 traders in a bigger hole. Target 1 traders got one and done. Just getting through target 1 back to the break-even stop on the first trade. Micro Russell and the YM are hesitating, whereas the Micro NQ is pushing up. A little bit of divergence there. slow going. Only 3 charts left. Crude in its final trade of the 9 a.m. mini session, even though it's 10:13. It's hit target 1, looking for target 2. I would recommend closing out of this trade if it's not already resolved by about 10:25 with the crude oil inventory report coming up. And a little bit of a push to move the stop up to 37. Although I could make an argument for leaving it at 34 with it. We've got a swing low at 37, 36 or 37. Now there's the stop move to 37, swing low at 36. I would probably wait for the next bar close. It's going to move it up to 43. That would be what I would, well, let's see. It's going to do that anyway. So go ahead and let the stop move up. It's going to go to 43 anyway on the next bar, irregardless. Not quite to target 1 on that subsequent trade, but we're still looking for target 1 back here, which is target 2 on that trade. And we've gotten within 2 ticks of target 2 on the crude trade. And it's time to call it a morning. I hate to do this. We did stop out of unleaded. That puts target 2 traders in an even deeper hole. $39, another 78, down 158. Not a good morning for one tick. There's target 2 on crude. That completes that trade. So the only trade still on at the moment, if crude is done, so unleaded and micro NQ active, only trade is micro NQ. So it's time to call it a morning. We will be back in around just about 10 minutes for the crude oil inventory report. I'll start a new stream. Try to get back about 5:25 after. So we will see you then. Have a good morning. Back in about 10 minutes.